All right, class, let's do a quick little walkthrough of week 7. So once again, this kind of follows a very similar pattern to like the previous weeks. Once again, you kick off with actually just a reminder about viewing the demonstrations from your classmates. Just make sure that you post your name 3 times, showing that you looked at 3 of the presentations out there. Also, when we're looking at the practices, you have 2 practices, conditional formatting, and then you also do have the text functions. And with the text functions, what you'll notice is that there's 2 videos, but when you download the spreadsheet, there's only 1 tab. One of the things I would recommend, so when you have the text function, what you're going to be doing is, once again, you don't want to delete anything that you're practicing on, and so you're going to have a whole bunch of different columns that you're going to be using. And what I would recommend is at the end of all those different columns, then you just go and push hide, and then you'll be actually ready for the second video. So your first video, you're going to be using quite a bit of columns, and then for the second video, I would just, once again, kind of hide it, so then you're able to ready to roll. When we're looking at with the demonstrations for this week right here, it's pretty straightforward. Once again, make sure that you are using the demonstration spreadsheet that you were using in week 2. And what I mean by that is that definitely you can expand on the amount of information, the data that you have on that spreadsheet, because I know that some of you only had a couple of columns of data, and some of the things require a little bit more data. You can definitely expand on it. We just don't want to make sure that you're not using projects and practices on it. Also, make sure that you're not using also Excel spreadsheets from other Excel websites, like especially like Excel Jet. I noticed that a couple of people have been using that. Once again, just copying those pictures is not sufficient. So, and then what we have right here is the project. A couple of things about with this project is that definitely you might say, well, there's a lot of different ways to do this. What we want you to do is make sure that you're practicing the text functions. Yes, you could actually be just typing the data manually, which would take you a while to do. But what you want to do is we want you to know how to use the text functions so you can actually organize that data for import and export. So that's really kind of the purpose of that. And that's where this little honor reminder is that you're required to use the cell and the text to columns functions. You're not just simply just to type in the data into the cells. Even though you might say, well, I can just hurry and just do that. Once again, we want you to practice these skills because trust me, later on, and also in the workplace, I mentioned I worked with Walmart. I mean, there was 10,000 stores. And we're talking when you have 10,000 stores and then you want a group of different items. So even if you just have 5 items, think about how many items are more than just 5 items in a Walmart store. Literally, I mean, that's right there, just 5 items. You have 50,000 different pieces of data, and if it's not properly formatted, there's no way that you can just manually go and fix it. So that's what this is all about. So good luck on with this project. Once again, always kind of look at the rubric because this is what I'll be grading on, and good luck on it. And so have an enjoyable week.